Hey, did you know that I'm supposed to actually have an intro? And I've always failed at it because I did not know that. Nah, I made it the fuck up. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How has everybody been today? This is basically the countdown till the end of the year, so I want to try and finish as much as I can before the year ends. Now, that also means that Tuesday, the last day, I'm going to be doing something a little different. And by that, it's going to be an all-day stream. Not just one games, but basically many games. And basically, there'll be open season for anybody to come hop in. That don't mean VC, though. I still got to, vet people. No offense to anybody, but I've seen bad actors before in many situations. Basically, it's like I want to have fun with everybody in chat, but all it takes is one bad apple to ruin the fun for everybody. And there's a reason there are certain games I don't really like playing. That being said, though, there will be a bunch of them to play, which will include things like Tekken. Probably going to get an Among Us game going if I can get enough people to join me to start with. Stuff like that. Maybe not Among Us, actually, because one problem I always have is that there's always going to be a lot of noise at once. And there's, certain people that could just talk over each other so much that it kind of gets headache-inducing. I know some people can stand it, but I'm not going to lie to you. I can't. It's like if you got so many people, talking back and forth and you just try to get a sentence in, it's like, ugh. Yeah, that's why I'm usually pretty quiet in Among Us streams. Yeah, it's not exactly the most fun, but what are you going to do? Well, that being said, we are actually going to be continuing on with our investigations because I'm a prosecutor that somehow has to end up doing detective work. I mean, this is Ace Attorney, so what'd you expect, but we have to return to the world of Ace Attorney with Miles Edgeworth. Which means game time. Don't worry, Jolene should not be showing up today, but I think she'll be coming back for the episode after this. That being said, sorry about that. That being said, it's going to be a little interesting to try this one out. If I remember who's supposed to pop into this one. Yeah, good thing I got some water on me. Chapter 3, Kidnapped Turnabout. March 13th, 10:11 a.m. I don't know where the fuck. It's time. Don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Good to hear. Now, make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper is supposed to contact me soon. I would have thought that upon my return, I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case. And that I would be the one who would have to make the ransom drop off. Let's see. I checked that the money is all here, safe inside the suitcase. Now all I have to do is wait for instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. I wonder who else is around. This is the meetings place, after all. Welcome to Gaywater Land! Thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm actually here for something else. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture? Of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Oh, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. Hello? Who are you? You're not Ernest Anano. Sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth. Are you a cop? No, I'm a prosecutor. I don't think it's any better, Miles. I know what you're wondering, and yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. So this is the person intends to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me this one time. All right, let's go. Thank God I'm not being... Edgeworth speaking. Next, come to the haunted house. And just how long do you intend to have me wander around? That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. It's one problem. If I go in there, I'm not going to have any backup. Nobody's going to be see me inside there. Alright, go inside. What is this miserable place? That's it. Go through those doors. Am I being watched from somewhere? Leave the money and go now. I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. Uh-oh. It was a trap! That guy betrayed. No, can't be. Then the deal. Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split. Police. Alright. In front of meetup. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Where am I? How long was I out? It wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This is supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to be the drop-off man was because of that phone call. Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano Group. But aside from that, I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Was that you making a funny sound? Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight? Who are you? Are you one of my kidnappers? The kidnapper? Me? No way, I'm in some petty crimes. Nope, I'm after something much, much bigger. Ugh, I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Miles! Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Ahem. Even in the depths of night, when no one other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light to righteousness of the world's blight. And that one is me, for I'm the great thief, Yatagarasu! Great thief? And did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu? Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. You could call me Kay. Kay? Good. Glad that's settled. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you'll be so kind as to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad, icy glare me, you know. This rope goes to here, and there you go. Oh, what a relief. I owe you my thanks. Hey, it's okay. You can pay me back in full later. Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. You call yourself a great thief, yet you are really a thief at all? You doubt me? I get it. You think a young lady like me couldn't possibly be a big-time thief, right? That's not the part I have a tough time believing. I am the real genuine Yatagarasu, you know. Yep, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right? What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior. That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me yet. When you say you're the Yatagarasu, do you mean the Yatagarasu? Yep. The most righteous of the righteous. The legendary great thief. But I inherited the title only recently. So I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu. I was not aware that these could pass down their titles like that. But don't worry. I got some big plans in the works. Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they? I knew it. There's no reasoning with a prosecutor. I'm not the problem here. I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no interest in stealing petty trinkets. There's one thing and only one thing I want to steal. Only one thing, and what would that be? Yeah, but that's gonna have to wait until we find our way out of here. Well, at least there is one thing we can agree on. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to learn more about you. So, you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor? I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth. Now I remember. How can you remember something I just told you? But she sure is cheeky. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here. They locked the door. I mean, can we barge through it? Seemed to be locked from the other side. What? No way! I didn't hear you. La 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 la. Okay, you do remember where you come in from, right? Looks like it might be the only way out of this room. Whoops, slight miscalculation. But that's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit. I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can find another way out. Maybe we can make a ladder or something. Could be a shapeshift. Nah, we can't really shapeshift. It's fantastical, but kind of grounded fantastical, if that makes any sense. I mean, the fact that we're taking part of court systems and it don't take like 5 months is a fantasy in itself. How are we going to use this paint to escape? That's actually a good question. Well, we can paint help on really giant letters, and who is going to see that shit? Yes, he's got a point. How are we going to be in the building? Light the paint on fire. I think we're going to die from smoke inhalation. Actually, that might not be great for me, seeing as I'm a thief and all. Let's try to think on something else at this point. Holding a blue badger rally. You didn't know? Plus, it's not just the blue badger, it's the whole family, too. Sure, everyone receive a prize. There's only one of each of the 4 members wandering throughout the park. Best of luck. Well, there's a costume sitting right. Why not start with that picture? You can't do that. That's cheating. There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Speaking of badgers, there was one sitting against a wall in the haunted house. Seriously? But somehow I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take a picture of the costume once walking around the park. So those are the rules of the game. How quaint. Huh. Hey, look, that's a cell phone. We can call somebody. Oh, that's my phone. Well, at least we could probably try and get contact with somebody. But we do have a way. Right here. If I'm right, the gunshoe should be contacting the precinct for backup. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried. I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all. Sorry, sir, I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you. Then we don't have time for this. We have the police set up the perimeter yet. You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. But in doing that, I sorta... What's wrong, detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Who is this? Shilong Lang of Interpol. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard a great deal about you. So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's a local or global scale. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Ling Jie says the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. Sorry this had to happen because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of this prosecutor. Sorry, no can do. What? We're hunting the kidnapper now, and I haven't gotten my handy hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to go it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we done catch the kidnappers, rest assured we'll come find you, eventually. You... Mr. Okay, did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power. Doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get another way out of here. Don't need to love to. Put our heads together, we can find a way out. See if we can find a ladder or something. Maybe we can, like... Can we use these boxes? Nah, the cardboard, they fall on part of us. Pink badger costume. Pink badger. Well, do you? In this case, you better study up in the whole badger clan with this. I don't get it. What is this thing? Think of it as a Bible of all things you'll ever need to know about the clan. Whatever, I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something. I suppose that means that this is where they keep all the costumes. Certainly looks like that. It's like the Badger family home. 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty. Which means the 7 costumes are in use right now. But, aren't the Badgers the mascots of the police force? Well, I heard the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gateway Group owes the police from all the cases they solve. They have all the power of the state and they use it to make a theme park. It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped double looping roller coaster. That's quite enough. I feel woozy just from the thought of such a thing. Ooh, okay. I see a key. Oh, we can use that key to get out of here. Why do I feel like a laser staring aim right at me? Did you want to take a look? Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure I can use it for something. That something is what is relevant to my interest. Proto Badger I met at the main gate. Proto Badger, not Boom. It's based off the very first design created by the police chief. You know, when you compare the two. I suppose as you continue to redesign, the chief managed to make them cuter. Even humanity comes a long way when you think about it. Are we comparing the Blue Badger to humans now? I suppose it's a pink badger, but since it has the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one female? You think so? I mean, just look how long her eyelashes are. That's the only difference. And the fact that she's pink. Yes, and her lips are red. See, lipstick. What? She has nothing to say about the giant pink ribbon? Or is that too obvious? So this is the blue badger's rival, the bad badger. Do you feel some sort of reference towards this badger? Ha! I can't believe you would be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think there are so much cooler and cuter ones out there, right? That's it. I decided that Thieves and Thievery need an image remake. Good luck with that one. Looks the blue badger. I suppose even this thing can be popular with women. My nemesis! I take that back. Okay, why is she beating it the hell up? Got the word badge right in the name. It's nothing but bad news for someone like me. And to think he's out there wandering around in this park. I better be careful. He's going to arrest me by the power of his name alone. I somehow doubt that the blue badger has the power to arrest anyone. I think I checked out everything. Yeah. Let me think for a second. So we're stuck in, but there's a tiny key. Oh, I should probably look at the door. That probably makes it work. Oh no, I'd be talking to Kay. And we go back. I was tied up to. What's up? I was pondering if perhaps we could make it over and out the window if we climb this. Good thinking. And if it's climbing action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks. This little hook looks like it might be a good foothold. Up to you, okay? Good luck. Count on me. Great thief spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. She fell on her ass, didn't he? As I thought, the beam was definitely not made for climbing. What do you mean, as I thought? It's not your guinea pig, you know? Man, why did they have to put the window so high up anyway? How is the thief supposed to make her daring escape? I suppose we could make our way out if we were able to climb on top of these lockers. It's pretty clever. You'd make a great thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again. Let's see. Nah. Man, why did they have to make such ginormous lockers anyway? Foothold and a key. I wonder if there's a way we can connect these two. Nope. Well, I can't connect that, so... What is this? Looks like the bad badger, and it's looking as bad as ever. Looks like a costume head to me. I guess the bad badger's costume is at the very least a two-piece, huh? The real question is, why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Alright, now I can see the door. Seems we won't be able to open this by ourselves. Also, it seems quite thick, so we can't break it down. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here. It sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone. After that, they left. Almost even as if they were done with you. Well, if that's the case, my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the 1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. Alright, let me see if I can look through it. Peer into the next room. Alright, so I see this. Is that what I think it is? Looks like the kidnappers had an escape tunnel prepared just in case. No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. I got an idea. Might actually be a good idea. The hook on his beam. You know, I already tried and there's no way I could jump from that hook in the window. Come on, even you have to admit when stuff is not possible. I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather that it's here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel propped up. Which means there should be a panel here. Oh, I get it. We didn't notice an existence all this time because we were hidden by a tarp. Should be down here, I hope. Yep, there it is. Which means I gotta look at it. Must be another entrance to the secret. Totally smell treasure. The scent I wish I smell is for the sweet fragrance of freedom. Now what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. Alright, alright. This thing is locked. Alright, that's an easy fix. Aw, fiddle. This should work. You're up, Kay. Because we need to use this tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to. Okay, I got you. Just leave it to me. Those intense feeling of moments when you were about to uncover something big. I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now. Ha! Get the secret door open and now. Wait, you? Please tell me she did not just break her legs. Are you alright, Kay? I'm fine. The ladder just slipped is all. Thank goodness. She alright. Almost had a coronary. There's a lot of really large machinery down here. What about an exit? It's really dark and cramped down here, so I doubt there's an exit. I can't believe that happened. You have only yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know. No way, I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable? Oh, we got something. See if we can pull that ladder up. I figured out how we can escape the prison. Oh? So how are we going to burst out? It seems that your reckless actions were of use after all. Are you actually praising me? More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding the ladder. The underground ladder? What about it? The ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down. Oh, I see. If we use this... Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers. Oh, then what are we waiting for? There we go. Up we go. Alright, now we can get out of here. Yeah, we just spent entirely too much time just in here alone. Kidnappers who held me hostage and a mysterious Interpol agent. Case is only getting started and I'll be the one to bring in a resounding end. Looks like it stopped raining for now. And thank goodness, I had no idea how hard it was raining earlier. Mr. Edgeworth! So glad you managed to escape. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was gonna tip out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is? That's, count off. $99? Hey. What the heck do you think you're doing counting my cubs off like that? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everybody has a name that their parents gave to them. Not one is 2 or 3. Everybody, regardless of age or rank, is number 1. Got it? Man, I can actually see why they're loyal to this guy. You were Agent Ling, I take it. You infidel, how dare you address our Sifu so rudely? Ling Shi says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of the elder. So don't you ever forget to show the proper respect towards another person. Shina. This isn't much, but please accept my card. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. You saucy right now? That's a proper way that two people show their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life. Huh, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Jingfa. Apparently this man has the highest successful rate in the organization. Agent Lang, why exactly is an Interpol agent involved with this clearly domestic case? That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How is it not? I've heard a rumor or two about you. Saw the murder that occurred during your flight home recently, correct? But you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic. How dare you say that, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying you could have solved it faster? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, what I'm getting at is if I had been there, no one would have died. I would have solved the entire case and Agent Hicks would have still be with us here today. Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Hicks. Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge. And Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francesca in a third person. This must be the third person. In that case, you should understand how I feel as the kidnapped saw somebody I know. So I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation. This is your neatly trimmed courtroom of Eden, you know. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, and way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go back to your courtroom now, pretty boy? How dare you mock the court? I do, and I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. He uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor. And why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him? Alright, man. Good job on the perimeter around Gatewater Land. Now just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed. Now that's how you get a crew together. Now then, Mr. Prosecutor. You just sit tight here and don't cause any more trouble. Wait. It's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here? And completely out of the blue at that. I suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Great job, Detective. Sir? For losing sight of me and the kidnapper and allowing my investigation to go hijacked. Sir, I'll look forward to your next monthly salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir. I'm going to show you just how much of a... Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute now or later? Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called backed up for? Of course, sir. I think I would know the number of my own precinct like the back of my hand. Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead with an army of his own agents? That I have no idea. About 5 minutes after I made the call, the Wolfman showed up out of nowhere. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda, so the question is, what is he after? Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask about one thing, sir. Yes, what is it? Who is this? The girl over there, I mean. I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kate Faraday. What? Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant. Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Forever. Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role. How can you say something so seriously with a giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we got a thief in our hands, sir. She stole my role. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted, and making sure she serves out her sentence. Oh, come on, it'll be fun, like musical chairs. You better stay fast on your feet. No way. I won't. I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl. What in the actual fuck? Well, first thing we gotta do is figure out what we're gonna have to do now. Well, man, I can't calmly do any stealing with all that detectives around. I suppose it's not easy when there's that many law enforcement in the vicinity. It's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing. Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more. So what are you gonna do about your investigation into the kidnapping? Good question. Since Agent Lang holds the authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a little more complicated. Oh, come on! You can't let this stop you. I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go. But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in the investigation. You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief. I'm the Yatagarasu! And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing. What is that one and one thing, Emily? What is that one and one thing you're after anyway? Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing, and that is the truth. I see. It was 7 years ago. Vigilante who threw the business world into a panic. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose the evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Once the target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even a target noticing. 2 days later, the evidence was sent to the masses. I'll go for card the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarasu was stealing was the truth. Could this child really be the successor to the original? But that can't be, can it? Lance! Lance! Where are you, son? Jesus, how long are your ears? Where's that part of your face? Got like a droopy dog look to it. The guy looks like he's got the combination of droopy dog and Heihachi. Oh, Mars, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair after you returned. For you, Amano, I'll gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out. If it wasn't for you, I might have been introduced to the law office and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system. No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider you a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you want to go see it again, you only need to ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere. So who's the old man? He is the father of the current kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernest Amano. Now then, have you found Lance yet? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly. I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown. Well, hold on there. Then what happened to all that money? I believe the 1 million has been stolen and the culprits are now on the run. What? Poor old man. Don't you have anything that can give him to cheer up to Mr. Edgeworth? Forgive me, Mr. Romano. Keep talking. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more. Oh, it was yesterday. A call came into the house. And the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy. I know it's tough, but please stay aware. I understand, he hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I'd have recorded him saying that. He definitely should have recorded that conversation. But not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory. What kind of person is Lance again? How will tell you about Lance help you get him back? Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationship or behavior. Very well. Lance is my one and only son, and he's turned 21 this year. He's very much like me when I was his age. Kind and attractive. I'm sure women simply can't keep their hands off of him. Is there anything else about him you've noticed as of late? Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver. Your butler? Yes, his name is Oliver Dakin. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is. Alright, who's this guy? Did a butler do it? I mean, that's a cliche at this point, but then again, this is a game that likes to do shit like that. As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him. What is that? They said I haven't seen him. I tried everything and I can't think of. You think this could have something to do with the kidnapping? It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. The person close to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like one name I had better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Let's begin our investigation. Even if the Interpol agent holds the authority to head the investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by. I'm on you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Amato, it was my fault that the culprits escaped, which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Liz to you myself. Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy. Alright, well, what are you waiting for? Let's do some investigation. If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it. Alright. What should we examine first? It's the ancient lane. We can't leave this area. But the culprits were here only recently. Maybe able to find something. Hey, you there. Who, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this? I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation. You imbecile. All precinct detectives are now under Ancient Lane's direct command. No way. I'm not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good, now let's go. Alright, come on. Boy, I have just got the job for you with your talents. Well, that was exciting. Okay. What? Can't you tell I'm ready to get down with some detective work with you? You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you. Oh, come on. I can finally get to be your assistant. And you trying to ditch me? I don't recall offering you the position. Why do I have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back. You're the only one asserting that. Well, by the time anyone noticed, it's already gone. FBI took Russ away. You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about. Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented assistant is going to tag along no matter what you say. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Ah, we got something here. Footprints. It was raining earlier, so maybe this might help us out. Yeah, we're just passing rain. That's why the ground already pretty much dried up. I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprints. You know what? I bet if we follow them, we can find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes. I don't think it'll be that easy. Why not? Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. Hey, it's a blue badger! Badger again! I really don't understand why she is so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I was wondering if you could share what you saw. He's doing that contorted wiggly dance again. Aha! Ah! You will cover my identity, sir. I was to remain under that head, sir. Aren't you Officer Meekins? Sir! Mike Meekins, reported for duty, sir. This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that He often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth? I met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he know something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir, because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger, and I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. They are never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big a detective as Gumshoe, sir. I was patrolling the scorching, boring beat until a little while ago, when the dispatch radio on my shoulder cackled that the kidnappers have escaped. I thought maybe this was my shot to make a detective, sir. Rushed over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already, and I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy to anyone. Seeing as some people never change. Why are you in that thing? That's a legit question. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir, that's because I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. But that's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer on the trail of the kidnapping, sir. I see. Agent Lang is very wise to employ this sort of distractionary tactics. To be handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all different disguises, sir. It's such an honor. How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir, for about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, it's possible when I saw the kidnappers escaping. But however, sir, I must tell you that I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist you tell me more about the recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park all while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. Haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone Blue Badger. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth?
Take that!
Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like you to ask about that last statement. Sir, of course, sir. It is your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. The patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait. You said that you saw a Blue Badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw is not supposed to happen. The park is supposed to have only one of each badger at any given time. Which means that as long as you were the Blue Badger, Mr. Hawkins, you shouldn't have seen another one through the premises. And what would that mean if the two Blue Badgers walk around, but why? That's how they escaped. Which means that they're probably, the footprints are gonna find are based on the costumes. Clearly tried to identify the person underneath it. Oh, I know. One of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away. Precisely. After all that, the costume that went missing from the storage area are a Blue Badger, a Proto Badger, and a Bad Badger. Yes, those three. So there are 3 phony badgers running around the park somewhere, huh? Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing a costume, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning. Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers? Precisely. More than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of a badger. Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints in badger hunting. So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. 2 sets here. Both look to be possible candidates. Set is walking off to the west. It just stops. Can't make heads or tails of where it's headed here. I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium. I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to head east. Up to this guy, huh? Quick, Mr. Edgeworth! I got him! I got one of the culprits! No, I'm not kidnapper, sir! Down, K. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume. Maybe they came over to the garage for something. That's what I suppose, but if you could step aside for a moment, we need to examine the garage. Sir, Roger Wilco. Let's open this shutter and see what we can find. Oh. Oh. That's a problem. We found a body instead. I think she's in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! Mr. Amano, are you saying that man is... Yes, he's my butler. Could something like this have happened? Indeed. And was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I better investigate the crime scene quickly before Agent Ling and his man return. That led right to this, and right to a dead body. Could be one of the kidnappers. Now he's a murder victim. From a cursory example, I examined a man has died from a fatal bullet wound. Sure confident someone had just found a dead body. It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. Alright, so we're gonna have to take a look. So... This is an unshapely pendant, which means this might belong to him. And now she's back to one to steal. Quartz pendant. Got an antique feel, it's really pretty. Hold on, this is made of platinum silver. Nice, it is worth something after all. Ooh, and look, there's something written on the back. Colin Deover. It's a name. Colin Devora. But this man's name is... Some blood in the back. Doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There's 2 gunshot wounds, one in the abdomen, one in the shoulder. So that means he was shot twice. No, I don't think so. I think the abdomen one is an entry hole and the shoulder is an exit hole. I knew you could figure something out. Because of experience, and I've seen my fair share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went through. Should make up with the oddity. Yeah, nothing about this looks... Yeah, it said I checked everything. Better talk to this guy. Why is he here to begin with? Alright, we need somebody to come... No, so I can't let him go... So I can't go through, so... Set of tire tracks originated from the garage. For the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it was left during the passing rain. There's no explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. I think we can also safely assume it's a special type of car. What a peculiar car. From the looks of it, it must be the Badger Mobile. It has 3 tires, so maybe they let the tire track behind. That's simply not possible. Take a look at the tires. There's no mud stuck to them. Therefore, it must have been here since before it started to rain. Oh, I got you. Good eye. Shame I don't see any other clues around. But there might be more than one car like that. Water would be obvious answer. Son, won't it go bad? People of that period probably didn't care about how it tasted. Look who's making fun of them now. Look, there's a blurb about the cactus here. The cactus is a very Gracious gift to Gatewater Land from the local police precinct. Actually, I have the vague impression I've seen a cactus farm at the precinct before. Primary findings indicate blood loss from entry room, exit his right shoulder. Despite the fact that the final bullet went clean through the blood, there's little blood on the site where it's found. Something here I'm missing. I think I talk to everybody, but it's like I just need a fix. Ha! I got you now, via criminals. I think the kidnappers would have been better since to hide in these. Well, come on, lighten up, will you? I was only joking. I don't really think that criminals would be hiding here right in front of two officers. Certainly hope not. Oh, did you know? I really love these kind of chairs, the way it rocks back and forth. When I grow old, I plan to sit in one of these and walk the day away. But you don't have to wait, Mr. Edgeworth. You're at just the right age for this one. I really project myself as someone of that age. It's probably the autopsy.
Eureka!
There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is a Mono family butler. His name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Denover. What's up with that? I don't know, but I think we're hit upon an important piece of information. Lance, where are you, sweetie? Oh, lady. Excuse me, bro. You are? Huh? Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop, Lauren. You can't let yourself off for a playboy like him you're in love with. Sounds like somebody doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops. His girlfriend? Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends and, we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. A girl, inner monologue. I know I'm kind of one of the people that makes that kind of joke, but no, literally, inner monologue. Not appropriate time. Your boyfriend's been kind of kidnapped. Yeah, Miles would literally be my face right now, and I'm the one who's made that kind of joke many a times. I made that joke with the girl many a times. Like, if I could get a drawing of me making this exact face like Miles, I would. It'd be hilarious. And I even got this ring as a present from Lance. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character. Sad part is she's not wrong. May I inquire as to why you are here? I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. So you came to an amusement park. Right. Side eye. Because I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all that by yourself. Is it true? Lance has really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance. Can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. My men brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you! Waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now! Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What, sir? I had nothing to do with it, sir. Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Don't you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Hey, leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your person's courtroom. That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious people after suspicious people. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also kind of profiling and fucked up. And that's how you actually arrest innocent people. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go unchecked in my eyes. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You dare speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it! You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Like she says, every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigation I've done. Through my line of logic. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out. With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins, isn't that right? That is your reasoning. Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's philosophy of detainment? You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, Lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, it's my father is the honorable ancestor Lang Ji. I think I'd have heard of him and his teachings if they were famous. Lang Ji developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Jingfa police still trains its recruits using his philosophy. But thousands of years ago, that makes your story as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied in today's world? You want to put it to the test? Miles and Kay is actually right, though. As with time ages, some things break down. That's why even though I'm kind of an old-ass sorcerer, I tend to try to follow modern things to try and get a feel for it. You'd be surprised how often some spells that we used to consider grand now are just kind of quaint and mundane. And it's all about being able to keep yourself moving forward no matter what.
Hold it!
So what can you tell me about the body? A lot, even without an autopsy, I have my ways. It's teaching you the basics of forensics along with the intention philosophy. Oh, then you wouldn't mind telling me a little what you figured out, correct? I can say you was shot in a single glance, even you figured that much.
Hold it!
Yes, I think anybody who saw the bullet wounds would come to that same conclusion. Don't pat yourself on the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Lingji says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? Current gun lens is not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun.
Hold it!
It would appear if you studied a little of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows? It's that Shina. The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it, the Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun nowadays. Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. Not unless you're a member of the law enforcement like Officer Meekins, is that right?
Hold it!
In that case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. Wait, what? No, go back to that one, go back! Actually, that is a good question. How did you check everybody that quickly when you had 99 people? Including yourself! And your assistant there! Wait, do you even carry a gun? Everyone is extremely capable until it takes more a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power is sheer numbers, but you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you, show me your gun. Boy. What happened? Gun. What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir. I lost my gun. Officer of the law, ladies and gentlemen. Probably did something very irresponsible. Exactly. I'm not even actually acting out the role. This is literally what everybody would say immediately. How do you lose something like that? That's like if I lose my scythe. If I lost my scythe, I'd never hear the end of it. They'd probably be laughing like that too. Looks like you're still the only suspect we got. You're the one who waited here outside the garage and killed the victim. So you think the Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim? Dealing? I think the little accusation deserves a little more scrutiny. Hold on. Let me actually press him first before I do something. Do you mean to tell me that the murder occurred here in the garage? From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body was. I'd say that's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Lingji says a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. Hey, finally a quote even I've heard of before. Furthermore, Lingji says... Successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene. Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over millenniums. So this is the kind of conclusion the philosophy of Tabe can lead you. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins? It's not that I particularly care about what happens to him. What? However, I cannot simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. Xinglei Long. Just what sort of investigations are you? There's one problem about this, and that's the fact that this place is spot clean. Like, even when I disintegrate somebody, it leaves ash. Fortunately for you, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself, and while you're looking at it, don't you think of yourself it's a little too clean? So, you did not notice there was little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene, and it was your men who led you to think it was. Now I suggest you leave the case to the local police to set the record straight. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer was hanging out around here in the first place? Weird? How so? Hey you, your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, actually, again, what? You said you were supposed to be here for an hour. No, legit. Oh my god, what is this guy? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he holding on to something? Officer Meekins, please give us your detailed account of what happened. No, it's because this might actually save your ass. I know people don't like that, but this will actually save your ass. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, so why were you here? I was told to check every square inch in the main gate area. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the blue Badger mobile. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in the area. What is this blue Badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise. Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self. He sure seems to he seems so sure about what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir. Yeah, let's actually go further with that one. What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger Mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you never expected in your dreams. Innocence drops. And a bitterness found in nightmares, man. The guilty jawbreakers. It's a candy shop. That wasn't exactly what I mean. Yeah, let's keep pushing. Completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not. I would never do something like that. Yeah, he forgot. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're so good at forcing people to confess their things, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook. Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony.
Hold it.
Yeah, keep going. We gotta figure this one out. How did you wind up all the way here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the children painful drop kicks before I knew it. The drop kick. I understand my fair share of this kid. It's always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. Sounds like he simply forgot his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there's one flaw, Mr. Officer. But I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill it.
Hold it!
Alright then, where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. You must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay, then why are you here in the Wild West?
Hold it!
Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Well, first, I made sure there was no suspicious looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me... What'd you expect when you dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir. Hold up. So, you said that you got that, but you're playing a role. Something's not adding up here, and I'm trying to remember which one is it I'm supposed to present it. Because the Badger Mobile was spick and span clean.
Objection!
Oh, it was this one. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir, I'm not lying. Yes, you are. If you were really out selling dreams in the Blue Badger Mobile until recently, then what is it doing inside the garage? Actually, I had just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? Nowhere to be found. Which would mean it perhaps stolen? And that's when I came back to the area thinking maybe it was in the garage. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth. A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about a story? The car getting stolen is completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used alright. So with the body. What? You killed a victim at some distant location, officer. And then you used the Blue Badger Mobile to transport it all the way here. Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts, let alone the truth. I told you, the truth, schmoot. I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of your prosecutors in your fancy court with your logic. As for us, we don't have time to waste. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to an autopsy. You guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Ugh. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Now be a good fancy boy and get out of here. Man, I wish Celtro was here. He could probably play the leg pretty well. Then again, Wolf, Dog Boy, get Shapeshift the Doggo to play Lang and that'd be perfect. Actually, now I gotta get this to Retta. That would be perfect. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking loud. But we're gonna try and finish this chapter before we end today. That being said, we're gonna take a little quick break because water and bathroom. We have returned, and we are back to next part of the chapter. Ugh, chased out like a pair of peasants. Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, okay. There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is? You really shouldn't steal anything. However, albeit, what shouldn't a thief steal? A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with, ever. That's something we can all agree on. Well said, Kay. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. And I intend to prove that by my own hands. When I apprehend the murderer myself. Alright, I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go. I still never said she could be my assistant. I'll just go to drop the issue. First thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth. The stadium. Hurry! It's supposed to be hush-hush, but they found a witness at the stadium. A witness? You. What did he tell you about leaving your assigned post? Now the jig is up. Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him. The detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves. It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. I thought there was a witness here. Yeah, I don't see anybody. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's you, Emma! You're Miss Emma Sky, correct? Girl's the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Sky. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as witness and prosecutor. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. Can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course I do. How have you been? You look like being in good spirits. Are you still studying abroad? You bet! More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit. I see. Must be our witness. It's almost didn't recognize you. You're really grown in these past few years. Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a superior forensic scientist someday. You'll see. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Sky. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday. I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief. A great thief? Don't think too hard on it, man. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on. You bet we do. Oh, shit. So why are you here, Emma? Well, I just happened to decide to come back from spring break. And then I heard that you come back too, so I'd raced over here. I had really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was here? Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimates what a science can do for you. I used these to track your footprints, and I followed them straight to you. They said in the greatest, it's wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground, and when you shine the special light on it, zing! The footprints light up like electric mobile gas in a glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking. Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment. Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told me about? Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal, he said. What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess, there's been a murder, right? Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did the person go? Actually, maybe if I could show her the thing, she might know something might be interesting. Like, here with the body spot. I was calculating and thinking critically about this, and putting it in a way that transmits the feeling that I understand. Done! She makes it sound like she knows what she's talking about, but she really has no idea. Admittingly, I am slightly confused by what she just rattled off. Oh, same thing. I feel like I'm missing something. Nope, same stuff. Maybe if I check around. It's another Badger mobile. Yeah, but it's different color than the blue Badger car. What's this off the distance? Oh. Oh, hey, it's the pink Badger. Badger, Badger, Badger. Just what does he see in these silly things? I think this Badger has something to say. Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, I don't speak Badger dance. Oh. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh, no, not this girl. Oh, no. You're... No, why her? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief.
Auntie Pooh, why can't you understand what I was trying to tell you? I mean, really, I was trying so hard to keep the kid's dream alive by staying in character, but you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to say to convey to you. I think of that roundabout way of talking, it's just gonna be so direct.
Bad feeling, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day to the realm of waking nightmare. Say you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth's too, Miss Pink Badger.
You can say that, but right now I'm just a pink badger, dearie. My name is Wendy Oldbag, but you can call me Wendy or Granny or whatever suits you.
Hell on my voice. Trying to do an old lady voice is hard. Ugh, I sound like a really bad Marge Simpson.
Homie, what are you doing?
Ugh, oh, that hurts. Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday.
What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you?
Yeah, I was just trying to be polite. Weren't you a security guard at the Gatewater Hotels last time we met?
I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do. I looked at you for today. I get called in and fill it.
Oh, this hurts. This hurts. Gotta stay in character.
Get called in to fill in with.
Oh, this hurts.
But enough of that, Reggie Pooh. I'm thoroughly dejected. I finally get a chance to see you again, and here you are talking with two young girls. Men are all the same. It doesn't matter.
I can't read this shit. It's too fast. You seem to attract all types of interested people, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, please, I beg you, by now, by all means, do not provoke her any further. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness. Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be too kind to me today.
I saw what happened. You even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that?
So it's true, she is the witness. I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag.
Well, it's just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of murder.
You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes? Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. Oh, I'm gonna have to read this girl in that voice. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Okay, let me get some water. Get myself ready.
I came to a stadium to take a short... As I was resting, it happened to glance over and saw two men facing in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you.
Japak, eh, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has said. Unfortunately...
What's the unfortunately tacked at the end is supposed to be, Edgy Poo?
Let's see what we can find out from this little old lady. Okay, I'm only gonna focus on the very important part, which should be around here, because I don't think these two were facing each other. So we're gonna have to push it out. You saw two men. Can you describe them?
They look like your average Joe's, completely uninteresting and not fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring they don't even remember much beyond that.
But they did have any special features? Anything you can recall being very helpful?
Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of the...
She's right. You do seem pretty worked up over that, Mr. Edgeworth. I am not worked up over anyone, and I am not jealous.
That's alright, Edgy Poo. Those two were just foes compared to Stallion like you. I thought so little of them, I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them.
Ugh, that was no help, and I gotta keep doing this voice. Ugh. Alright, what about this part?
Hold it!
You claim to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place.
Absolutely. The gun made a terrifying racket when it was fired.
Didn't try to go help the person that got shot?
I'm only one person, you smart-alecky brat. What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could find someone who can help.
2 men, 1 bullet. It's all consistent with what we found from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to get out of your testimony.
Well, if you saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him to you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory?
Self-centered, aren't we? While it was somewhat useful, her testimony also presents us with a new problem. Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah? So, about this problem, what is the giant grin on your face for? Do you want me to show you something really nice? No, thank you. Don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're gonna like. What's this gadget you're holding? What you see before you is the secret weapon of a great thief. Ah, I should have known it would be worthless. Ah, don't be like that. What do you think now? What is this doing? Is it projecting something in the air? I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to the maximum size. Dark skies of evening, when no bird dares take wing, one alone remains all sing. Now witness the true power of a real modern Robin Hood. Oh, what? I take that back. That's actually useful. A projection like that? That could be good for planning. Little creation of the murder based on the info inputted by Little Thief. Little Thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a little too far. Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to play my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this, Let's see. Miss Oldbag said the two men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground. Ah, so with this, we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past. See? See, how do you think? I have to say, I'm actually impressed by the technology thieves have these days. Well, it is a super secret weapon of the mighty Yazura. Indeed. Oh, but if there isn't enough information or if something is out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange. In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of the witness testimony. You got it! You're really quick to catch on. Right now, the simulation and the recreation of the witness testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I were to find anything illogical or strange, I can put up for clarification. Feel free to examine anything in the simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I got a little thief with me, so just let me know, okay? According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here. Yeah, that's right, bud. But if that's the case, then we already found our first contradiction. What is it? Where? If it's the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. It would be...
Take that!
A contradiction. Is something wrong with my recreation? If this is the real scene of the crime, something specifically should be here. Think back, how do we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one? Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either. Right. The fact that there's no blood here casts doubts on the witness testimony. How you say it down me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim go down in a shot. You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Silhouette of the killer whose gun is ready. It's not possible to recreate the face of the killer. Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know, you know. She does got a point, but there might be something to this. This is amazing. Just feel the power of science. Now I'm fairly convinced that the victim was killed here, but why is there no blood? Must be something, an explanation for this contradiction. Perhaps I should go over the information. Yeah. That being said, probably was in the costume. That makes the most sense. Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume? So you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers? I think we can reasonably assume that there's a very good chance he was. And that if he was shot while he was inside one of the stolen costumes, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume. You'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them since there doesn't seem to be any around. Footprints, huh? I wonder how we can go about finding some of those. Oh! Yeah, I forgot. You did say you got something for that. You do got a footprints analysis. Emma, about the method you were talking about for finding footprints. Ah, finally, my expert's good work. Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints? Leave it to me. My cutting-edge technology kit can find anything. Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in the area. Stand back and witness the power of science. Ha, found something. I don't see anything. Oh, that's right. Here, put these on. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they look pretty fresh, too. Definitely badger footprints. Seem to be the newest. Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume. That's good. Okay, in that case, time to update the simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we find out with this new info. So the victim was wearing a costume when he died. With that, we should be one step closer to the truth. I see the recreation has changed in accordance to the new information. It may be closer, but now something has caught my attention. What do you want? Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please.
I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who shot fell to the ground. It was very terrifying to experience, let me tell you.
So, does that mean Mrs. Olbeck's testimony has a contradiction in it? Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. See, this new little thief will be of little help. Now let's see what I can pull more info in. First we must find the contradiction in her testimony. Alright, if I recall, it was like... this one. You saw two men. Can you describe them? They look like your average Joes. Yeah, any special features? Two men, how'd you know the gender of the two people involved? Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. I'm beginning to doubt you really witnessed the murder at all.
I'll tell you the truth, I really did see it. I saw it with my own eyes. From a seat in the second tier.
Second tier? Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier?
That was, I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense.
I see our witness still has a screw loose in the metaphorical sense.
The cushy seats in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap.
I can't see how you gotten a good look from there, so high up. Were you able to see even the victim's costume from up there?
Well, I know I saw two people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage shadow. My eyesight ain't what they used to be, Not like when I was young and people used to call me out.
Oh, I can't do this! I got to take a break. Let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay? I can't keep up with her speed. You got it. Alright, so let's get everything right. New silhouette of the victim is in a costume. So investigate away, maybe find more info. Alright, sounds like a plan. So amazing, I can just feel the power of science. That footprints analysis. Thanks to you, I'm able to proceed with my investigation once again. It was nothing. I'm just glad at science and I could be of service. Pretty amazing how we can see the footprints. So what's the secret behind that thing? Oh, you want to know? Here, you can read the manual. Very interesting. So if I do this, I can avoid leaving footprints? She can't seriously be trying to use that information to her advantage as a thief. Wait. Wait. Looks like they broke the stage down. I guess that means that they're done for the day. Or maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start tomorrow. If that woman's testimony is to be believed, the murder occurred before the stage was broken down. Do you want me to input that bit of information for Little Thief? Yes, if you please. Okay. Oh, there was a big-ass problem here. How the fuck is he phasing through the stage like that? There is clearly a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even from a layman like myself. I suppose, in any case, it's not possible for the killer who stood here that way. Because there was a very real stage in this spot. Yeesh. I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything? Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation. Isn't it obvious the killer was on top of the stage, naturally? Right, Miss Oldbag?
Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage.
See, now if we update the simulation, we put this like that. Now that actually fits with how the bullet holes came out. So the killer was up there. Well, what do we have here? A bunch of hooligans running amok. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Lang, we discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. What? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that? The little thief is not a toy. You too. Yes, sir. And there you have it, see? Big boys like me don't need sort of little toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation. So what? Do you still intend to assert the Officer Meekins as the killer? Of course. Even knowing that the crime scene took place here doesn't let him off the hook. This is the real crime scene. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed up, he shot him on the high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins to the crime? He's the most likely suspect we got, especially given the situation with his gun. Well, even if he's the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark. You see? Thank you for understanding, my little crow girl. I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yagatarasu, the Raven of Legend. Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up.
Hold it!
Lying in wait. How did Officer Meekins even know the victim was gonna come here? Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to the understanding the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements.
Objection!
Ha! And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper? You mean his motive? Who knows? Who cares? You can find that out yourself when you talk to him in jail. You have no respect for the order of law. Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise. He's right. The lack of a motive is a rather weak argument by itself. So the officer lay in wait.
Hold it!
So you agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time. Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decided to put on a badger stage show of his own? Or maybe there was a completely different reason. What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that the Officer Meekins stood up on the stage and shot the victim on the ground below. Unfortunately, Agent Lang's conclusion does not contradict with our recreation. Then does that mean it all went down to just as you say? No, not quite. I wonder if what we had recreated earlier was the whole truth. That's a good question. Is it the whole truth? The little thief creation was actually pretty good. But the main question is, why would there be... Maybe if I keep pressing, I might be able to figure it out.
Hold it!
So, you honestly believe that what you're saying has really occurred? Hey, you're the one who came up with this scenario. Are you saying you doubt yourselves? Ugh, touche. I don't think I've actually pressed everything, so...
Hold it!
Looks like we found a real crime scene first. Brag all you want, but you don't have all the free time unlike you two. You know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wound after he whimpers home. Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you saved me. Xingji. That's how we say thanks in my country. You're welcome. Hope he realizes we didn't do all this for him. But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, this is where the crime took place. He said he laid him wait here, but... Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Unknown. It's like I gotta figure out where. Wait. Yeah, the entry point was lower.
Objection!
I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot in the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall Mr. Deacon's body specifically, where the gunshot wounds were located? Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well, then. The bullet entered Mr. Deegan from the abdominal region and exited right on his right shoulder. That is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim. Then, yes, a recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. Clear contradiction. You're discounting your own conclusion? No, this is one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter of our recreation. The killer and the victim's location. Yes, the locations of the killer and the victim are wrong. I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It's the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. Alright, hang on. Let's give her a second. She's got to recreate it. That makes more sense. If this is what happened, then it also explains the positioning of the gun wounds. But then, what about the footprints? Since footprints don't lie, we can assume that the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Would you agree, Mr. Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins off the crime. I ask you to take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks also indicate the blue Badger mobile. The story of Officer Meekins told about the shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild West area. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed the way he did. 3 tire treads are very telling. However, is the blue Badger mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? I believe not. There was also another one here. No, that's only the blue one. Let me press. 3 tire marks. I have to agree with the Blue Badgermobile has 3 tire marks. Of course, that's the only thing in the park that could make those marks in roving shop. Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and the proto Badgermobiles, Agent Lang. Of course I didn't say I couldn't be either of those 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things. Okay, let's push that one too. Of course you have some sort of proof that it was all a lie, correct? Of course not. Well, that was blunt. But I suppose it is a lie. It would explain a lot of things. Like his movements and his whereabouts. He joined the Blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. Really? Because there's one little issue with that. This thing was clean. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekin's Blue Badgermobile. One look at the car would tell you so. What proves? Simple. Tires have nothing on them, and it was raining. Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single drop of mud found on it. The car had come back to the backstage and left those tires. Then the lack of mud on the tires stands out as very peculiar. How do you explain the tire tracks, genius? Hey, I got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink mobile?
And don't be ridiculous. I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats.
Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as somebody related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store as I recall. Oh, you mean the Proto Badger? That's right. There's one more parking spot inside the garage. All that proves the existence of the Proto Badger. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this Proto Badgermobile post-haste. There must be some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Hey, did you hear something? Help me. Are you alright? Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapped victim. Where were you all this time? Out west with kidnappers. He was in a room next to the one we held in? Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're saying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the face of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but one was a woman. Woman? Quite an important detail of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already! I'll even let you guys have what the kid just said now. Consider it a gift. Now, are you going to get out of my crime scene, or am I going to have to get rough? Ugh, again? You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Oh, no, not you. You're a vastly important witness to the case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily. Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you.
That's right. I won't either. You hear me, the young whippersnapper?
Hey, calm down. There's no need to go into this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. It's not going to be rough either of you. I'll give you my word. Come on, fair maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate?
Fair maiden? My, you little rascal. You sure know how to work your way to a woman's heart.
Linge says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a young lady is forever.
Trying to outdo my engine pull with your fancy schmancy sentence. Let's get this over with so we're clear. I'm only interested in giving my statement.
Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be. Mr. Edgeworth? Look, we'll take care of it. We'll get out. Besides, we gotta let this guy's dad know we found him. No, save. I don't really save in between for some reason. Unless I have to. Oh, man. As long as I don't have to do that old bag's voice anymore, I'll be fine. I already suck at trying to do voices, and I'm trying to do a female voice and an older one. It's like a nightmare. Let me tell you, Chad, that is a lot more straining than I thought it would be. I don't know how people do it. Must be years of training or something. Looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus on the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy. Tell me it's true. Tell me that you really found my boy. Yes, Armando, we found him earlier in the stadium. Then my little Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly in the picture-perfect health, but his life's not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Poor Lance. Must have been so horrible for him. Locked up. Alright, let's talk. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is alright. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police is finished with him. A letter? By the way Lance chased after the by woman reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look at this for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? It's a very simple love letter. Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's from a loan company. Tender lender. Looks like a collection bill to me. He loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. You can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help but feel sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose if they were me, then... I believe you said that you're Lance's girlfriend when he first met, correct? Yes, I am, but oh, it's not like we're both thinking of each other as lovers. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring. That's candy. Tastes so sweet when you lick it. He gave you a candy ring. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided? Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know? I used to work for Mr. Armano. And so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud. I don't see how that has anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of Armano Group. What did he do? I heard his job was to fly around the world. On Pegasus. Pegasus? Well, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. Had me there for a second. But now it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown? Sounds like the stuff of legends are made of. It's been so long, I don't think I recognize him if we ever meet again. So sorry, Lord. But I won't give in to my sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lord, live! About this incident. Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about other incidents. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped? Oh, that's because of, my woman's intuition. You based everything on that? I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. Must really be destiny. She started fantasizing again. So what are you gonna do now, Mr. Edgeworth? We already established that there's a good chance that the killer was the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who that person is. I believe that there is one location that might hold a clue or two. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout, but we're still not allowed in, remember? Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. I keep kind of laughing because it's like when you play every Ace Attorney game, you always have this assistant character. I don't want to like give spoilers just in case, but it's always kind of like funny to me for some reason. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary. Where have I heard such a redundancy before? It's possible for you to let us take a look inside around. Sir, Roger, sir. That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. I couldn't refuse a request from him. Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give you this document to you, sir. What is this? Hold up. Colin Devor. Whereabouts unknown after his escape from Pennydent prison. Stole a gun from a guard during an escape. We thought he might have head for his wife and sole daughter, but despite our surveillance, he has not shown up. That is the guy that got shot. Oh, but the name here says Colin Devor. Same one as this pendant. Appears that Colin Devor was his real name. What is this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison. And what was he doing here? Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. Must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up his fact that he was an escaped convict. I'm pretty sure not sure what's going on anymore. Is this some sort of link between the victim's past and his current case? The police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. Let's focus on the thing. Let's take a look at this hideout. More than thinking things, Drew. You should try to remember things. Now then, if you could please unlock the doors, sir. Not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Can you explain more detail? Check the room. So they got about 10 officers to help break down the door. I see. Alright, so we're gonna have the leftovers. So it's gonna be picked clean. While we were tied in the... Okay, please, must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left here. Let's try to find what we can with the other kidnapper's identity. Must you keep reminding me? Didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either. Must be where they dispose of old and worn costumes. So sad. It can be seen that they were throwing the costumes away in pieces. So it's like 3 coffee cups, cheap styrofoam. Poured recently. I wonder what this key is to. You got me. Reminds me of the key we found in the other room. That's it. Must be the key for one of those trap doors. That wasn't a trap door. You only call it that because you quite literally jumped into it. Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one? I'm not having this conversation with you. 3 chairs. There must be like 3 people here. So there wasn't 2 kidnappers, there were 3. The common denominator between the cup and the folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3. Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed, something isn't adding up, literally. Is it possible that there's a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? Poster Getaway Land is stuck on the wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige, Gatewater Land has it all, and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? So the number is 3. Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Why's it here? Try to repair it? Hey, there's a trap door in this room too. It's not a trap door. It's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay. I know that. The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped through his prison through here. What do we have here? It's like a sword, a broken sword. Strange. Why would it be broken like this? Swords don't usually break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for something or on someone. Hypothetically, aren't there going to be any use? Perhaps we should think more on this later. That advertising the photo rally is something I have absolutely no interest in. Yeah, but I do, and I'm going to get my hands on the Express of the Badger family. You'll see. Definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation. Ooh, they have barrels like these outside. Yes, and? Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if they weren't real, what would you put in them? There's an exquisite gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash. Investigate every nook and cranny, he says. Unused folding chairs lean against the wall under photo state. Whoever lined these up perfectly, they didn't even leave a single hair out. Using them because they're stealing the perfection away. I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. I don't think these two would be like set up right, but it's like something's not right here. The door is totally broken thanks to the police force opening. I mean, I saw the sword earlier, so I saw that. Doorknob handle thingy's looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way into brute force. That's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Not a single dent. How's that possible after what the officer told us? Handle broken through, busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked. The door leading to the outside is undamaged. How could that be? They used the sword to prop it. It's a bit strange that police had to force their way to an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and everything can see that it was not like that at the time. But the policeman outside said that it took 10 men to get it open. The door that was locked tight despite it being not locked at all. It can only be because of this. Oh, you mean... Yep, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. You see how the handle is completely destroyed? And that's how the sword broke. I thought we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we only uncover more questions that need to be answered. What the hell? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? What are you doing all of a sudden, popping out of a secret entrance like that? This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. The Badgers also make use of it on our duties. Look, why don't you get out of there first and we'll talk, okay? I beg your pardon, miss. Why are you getting all excited about? Did you forget? The photo rally, duh. See, now all I have to do is get a picture of the Mad Badger and I'm done. Ah, yes, I regularly recall the contest or something of that sort. What? It's gone, but where'd it go? What's wrong? A Mad Badger costume is missing, sir. Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it. I heard about how they were stolen. But they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken. What? Saying that there was more than 3 of them gone? Mr. Proto-Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use. Okay, yeah, now this might be something. What do you mean by the Bad Badger costume is missing? Why, just what I said. We're one Bad Badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each, costume of each hand. Okay, so because one of them is walking around in a park, the other should be in the room. Actually, both of them should be in that room. Huh? What do you mean? Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costume. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the Bad Badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other Bad Badgers work together to apprehend him. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use the costume. But doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the Bad Badger? Personally, I can't believe that it was this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I gonna do, sir? All this basically means that the kidnapper stole 4 costumes in total. Then are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. No? Recall that the costume for a minute. The stolen one, you mean? What proves that the 4th kidnapper does not exist?
Take that!
You have 4 people and you wanted to steal a 4th costume. Wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead? Yeah, that makes sense. And yet the kidnappers decided to steal another Bad Badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 Bad Badger costumes, but the question is why? The second Bad Badger costume, I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. Huh? What do you mean? The costume in the trash? Would you say that it's wearing some telltale pants? Oh, you're right. Let's take a look here. As I expected, the Bad Badger costume. Well, minus the head. The gun is missing. Look at the hand is hurt. It's more like something was ripped off.
Eureka!
I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Ava! Look carefully, our costume is not holding something in our hand like it should. Oh, the gun. Precisely, the Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his hand. However, you there. Did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show. It seems that our kidnapper also had a need for a model gun, my dear costumed friend. I think we're about done with this room. So what's next? Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. You gotta hurry, sir. Come on. What is it, detective? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What? Isn't that the one the kidnappers was wearing? Bingo. That's why you gotta come to the main gate right away. If we hurry, we might be able to get there before the wolf boy does. All right, let's make haste to the main gate. I say we're gonna end it here. I'm pretty tired, to be honest. So, gonna go raid off into somebody I know. Ah, she hasn't I haven't seen her stream in a while, so I'm gonna raid off into her. So I'm gonna see you all next time But tomorrow I'm going to be playing some Grand Blue on Twitch. And I will see you all tomorrow.